Coming in at number 30 on our 2023 Locked On Senators NHL Draft rankings from the WHL's Prince George Cougars, it's Riley Heidt.
I'm a big fan of Riley Heidt right off the top, Ross. I'll get that out of the way because this is a player that is very exciting to watch. He puts up big points, but he's got a little scrappiness to him. He's a bit of a pest out there. So you love seeing guys that can put up the points and back it up with the chirps and the physical play as well. And that's, I mean, if we're talking about putting up points, Ross, I'll let you read off Riley Heidt's stats because that's what he does very well.
Ironically, Riley Heidt is under 6 feet tall. He's listed as 5'10". He's 178 pounds. I mentioned he plays for Prince George. He's listed as a centerman, but some think maybe he's a winger at the next level. Left shot, he played 68 games with Prince George this year, had 25 goals, 72 assists, good for 97 points, and had 36 penalty minutes as well. In the World Under-18s, he had just 2 assists in the 5 games, playing predominantly in a role that would be considered a bottom 6, trying to grind it out, penalty killing specialist type role. But he's known in the past as having that high-end upside. He was the 2nd overall pick into the WHL in their Bantam draft. So the points come plenty for Riley Heidt. If you're looking at the WHL stats, of course, Connor Bedard dominating the leaderboard there this year. But during the regular season, it was none other than Riley Heidt, 5th in scoring in the WHL, behind guys whose names you would know, like Logan Stankoven, Zach Benson, and Connor Bedard.
Yeah, and Ross, where he did most of his damage was on the power play. Well, I shouldn't say most, but more than your typical point producers, as 45% of his points were on the power play. That is a very high number when you're looking at 97 points. Not a math guy, but that's right around 45 points on the power play. So
45%, not a math guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, 97 points, round that up to 100, you're looking at around 40, 45. I think that checks out. But the thing is, like, Heidt has such a nice toe drag wrister, and he's confident using that from mid-range. He like, there's so many good attributes from him because it's not all about the shot. He's a great playmaker too. So on the power play, like, those penalty killers, they have no idea whether he's going to shoot or pass. And when you've got that extra guy there, he can really create space for his teammates.
But he does have an elite shot, right?
Big time. Oh, yeah.
If you bring up one attribute when you're looking at describing him to others, it's the shot, which I think is phenomenal and a reason why he's able to put so much on the power play. Defensively, though, Pilsy, not the best defensive-minded forward.
When you get 97 points and 45% of your points are on the power play, it's probably pretty likely you're not hustling on defense too much. That's just how that goes. But you know what? I'm not going to use that as a knock on him because I've said it before. When you have these full offensive guys, I don't like when coaches drag down their offense just to boost their defense a little bit. Now, obviously, you want to get better defensively. That goes without saying, but I don't want it to come at a price where he's not able to be creative and produce offensively. Like, you got to take the good with the bad with some of these players like this. And there's a lot of good to like about Riley Heidt here. And he had a 39-point increase from last season. So he's really jumped up there. And this is a high profile guy, Ross, because he went 2nd overall in the 2020 WHL draft. Connor Bedard went 1st overall in that draft. And then Braden Yager, who we've already covered, he went 3rd overall.
Yeah, I think Heidt is going to be higher than we have him here at 30 in the draft. Corey Pronman, again, just skewing our rankings with a low ball here. Corey Pronman has him at 59 on his list. Everyone else is at the end of the 1st round. Well, yep. Craig Button has him at 37. We've got Chris Peters at 30, Elite Prospects at 27, and Scott Wheeler at 23. So Elite Prospects, they do their shades of. I thought it was hilarious that they have Nick Schmaltz, but they made sure that it was an angry Nick Schmaltz.
I mean, Sens fans know Nick Schmaltz well. This guy is a Sens killer. It's crazy. So yeah, that's an interesting comparison for sure. Ross, I want to ask you this, or do you have a point to go on?
No, not at all. I was just going to say that he wore the A in Prince George. So you're looking at a guy who has some leadership abilities as well.
Yep, absolutely. Do you take a look at that 45% point from the power play in junior, and do you see that as a good thing or a bad thing?
It's whatever you want it to be. But
Okay.
it's probably not my favorite thing.
Yeah.
It's probably not my favorite thing. But if you see, because he has 97 points, right? You take off 45, as you so eloquently put
Approximately.
it, you're still looking at a guy where if he had a regular number of power play points, then he's still producing.
Still a
Like,
point per game. Yeah.
right, exactly. Like his even strength numbers, I want to say would be around above average.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do the math here. I was like,
No,
uh-oh.
no chance.
Yeah, okay, because that's an interesting sticking point where some scouts are like,
And by the way, it's a lot of assists on the power play.
yeah, definitely. And that's where his playmaking comes through and his
Yeah.
lethal shot, he can draw defenders and then just pass it off.
He only had 4 power play goals this year.
What? Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
39 power play assists.
Oh my God. I did not think it would be that tilted.
Well, Chase Wheatcroft, who also plays on Prince
Such
George,
a WHL name.
Chase Wheatcroft for sure, had 47 goals, but 22 of them were on the power play. So Riley Heidt was just teeing up the Wheatcrofter.
Yeah, the wheat crofter. Yeah, because that's an interesting discussion between scouts. Some of them are like, "Oh, what? We're supposed to knock him because he's dominating on the man advantage." Like that's silly. But then other scouts are like, "Hey, this is inflated, and this is a bit of a red flag here." So it's interesting to see how scouts will take a look at that.
No, I love the difference in opinions on him. One Western Conference scout told Elite Prospects, I just don't know what he does or what he gets accomplished. He gets points at home on a team where someone's going to get points. I don't really get that last point. Like, somebody doesn't have to get points. A lot of teams don't have a lot of 97-point guys. So another Western Conference scout says, great with the puck, great on the power play, need to see more in other parts of his game. That I think is very fair. And that's what's holding him back from being, in my opinion, a top 20 pick, because the skill is evident and he plays with a chip.
Yep.
NHL GMs love that. But I do want to see a little bit more at 5-on-5 before I'm willing, if it's my team, to put a first round tag on his name.
And that's fair. Maybe this is biased by me, but I like this kid a lot. I got Riley Heidt at 4.5 stars. For me, I would bet on this kid, Ross. Like, great shot, smart playmaker, good skater, and a scrappy attitude. I see him going in the 20s. I see him getting picked somewhere in the 20s.
Yeah, anything after 20, I would say I wouldn't be surprised. But if it's me making the pick, I'd probably have him 28, 29, towards the end of the first round. We'll have our list at the end here. But Riley Heidt, do you have any teams that you think would be a good fit for him?
I got to pull up the NHL draft order here.
A lot of teams with multiple
I got it.
are at the end of this first round.
Yeah. Oh wow, sorry, that's the wrong spot. I can see Colorado liking this kid.
That'd be cool.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna go Colorado for now at 27.
All right. Well, hey, make sure you write in the comments below how wrong Pillsy is, or give him some stick taps if he's got it right. We're putting all 70 of our profiles up on YouTube, so go check them out. Locked On Senators. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast as well.